for the Bulldogs this weekend. First half, you didn't play bad in either game. Second half, went up the rails a little bit. What happened?
With Grand Valley State, first half was decent. Our run at the beginning of the second half was great. I definitely think we showed some poise and the ability to get back in it even when we were down. Losing Alex obviously hurt. But yeah, I thought we fought to the end. We just didn't make plays, and I think their zone really hurt us at the end of Grand Valley State. As far as Davenport, we were right there, and I'm watching the film right now, and we just had some back and forth the whole first half, and I think we ran into a little bit of opposition, some things that didn't go our way, and I think that we I wouldn't say that we gave up, but we had a lapse in the aggressiveness of we're still in this, and I think there was about a 2 or 3 minute period where they had some things bounce their way. They made some really tough shots, and I think we kind of just, packed it up and said, I don't think today's our day, and we didn't fight all the way through to the end of that game. And when you're playing teams that are either, top 25 in the country or receiving votes to be so, you've got to play a full 40 minutes, and we didn't do that for either game this weekend.
What will you be working on this week in practice?
We need to make more shots, definitely, but it's the little things. We spent a lot of time while we were on the road watching film, finding out how to take advantage of mismatches, get easier shots. There's a lot of teams in Division II that can have guys just make really, really tough shots. Broderick Thomas is one of those guys, but for the most part, we're going to win games by getting the right play and making the easy play and getting easy shots rather than trying to have a dude just make a move, go one-on-one, and get some tough shots. And we ran into that this weekend. There were some guys in Jake Van Tubergen, Jaron Randall from Davenport, Hines from Davenport. They just made tough shots. But this week we've got to get back to figuring out how to guard. We gave up 88 points against Davenport, and we're not going to win a lot of games when we give up that many points. We want to give up 65. So definitely focusing on the defensive end with Missouri Southern State coming in. We've got to get stops.
And that just comes down to being in the right place, getting off their screens, and having the other guy be in the right place. I mean, as easy as that sounds, right?
Yeah, trust is a huge thing on defense, and we talk about that a ton, that you have to do your job, you have to trust that your teammate's going to do his job, and when all 5 guys do it the right way together, we can get stops. And I think that we've shown that we can get stops and we do things the right way, but one of the things that I noticed that was really, really detrimental to our success on Saturday against Davenport was down the end of the stretch of the game, there were so many 50-50 balls, loose balls, opportunities for either team to grab the ball, and we just didn't come up with it. And they ended up making a 3, getting an and 1, scoring a basket. And so, I don't necessarily know that there's a way to teach getting 50-50 balls, but we've got to finish plays, and I think that's a big part of it on the defensive end.
That comes down to heart more than anything else. Okay, your schedule maker didn't do you any help here. So you've got another ranked team, but they're coming here on Thursday night.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Missouri Southern State's coming in. I think they're ranked 10th right now. I don't know if that'll change before we play them, but they're tough. They've got arguably one of the best bigs in the country in Cam Martin, and they're going to be tough. Our schedule, like I told our guys, is not going to get any easier, especially in non-conference, but part of the reason why we have the schedule that we do is because we need for our guys to understand what it's going to take to win a championship, because that's what we want to do. That's what we set out to do at the beginning of the year. And while it would be nice to play, some lesser opponents and some teams that can come in here and we can beat them by 40 and everybody plays and we feel good about ourselves, we've got to be ready to compete at the level that it's going to take to win the GLVC Conference Championship. And the teams that we're playing, Missouri Southern being one of them, they're a team that is a really, really good Division II team. So we're going to have to show up. We're going to have to play really hard. We're going to have the heart to get some of those 50-50 loose balls, and we're going to need to make shots and get stops.
Despite the couple losses from last weekend, are you seeing improvement from your team?
I think we're getting there. I think that we're starting to learn about each other. I think we're starting to gel better. Obviously, it hurts when I think we've played a total of 3 minutes the entire season in the 4 games that we've played with all 5 of the guys that we wanted to be our starters. Cade was out first, and now Alex is out, and so it's hard when you don't have the guys that you plan on being on the court, but we are getting better. I think that we're starting to see the right things, and now it comes down to making the plays. I think that the reason why I spend so much time with the guys in film is because we need to see what we're supposed to see on the court, and we're getting there. but now we've got to execute and make those plays. And I think Davenport was a perfect example of that. We had a lot of opportunities to score more than we did. I mean, 66 isn't going to win you a lot of games, but they saw the right things. But today in film, it's about, showing them the same things and saying we have to make these plays when we get there.
What happened to Alex?
Rolled his ankle again. That left leg has been an Achilles heel, so to speak, for him, obviously, ever since he got injured a year and a half ago. But he's just continued to kind of tweak it here and there during practice, and it's kind of been swollen, and we've taped it. And he and Cade went up for a kind of a loose ball 3 minutes into the game against Grand Valley State, and he came down straight on the side of it, and it was really tough to watch. And we're back to him trying to get healthy again, and hopefully we have him in 2 or 3 weeks. But the big thing with him is he just needs to get healthy, and if that means that he can't play against Missouri Southern or can't play when we go on the road to Washburn for Thanksgiving, then that's what we got to do. But we really need him for conference play.